I think your mayor is a wonderful fellow, but I depart radically from him when he says that he would hope that I would have all the good qualities of past mayors. There are no good qualities of past mayors to be had. None, 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 none. I did not mourn at the bar of the late mayor. I regret anyone dying. I have no regrets about him leaving. He was a racist from the core, head to toe and hip to hip. There's no danger, doubt about it. And he spewed and fawned and oppressed black people to the point that some of them thought that was the way they were supposed to live. Just like some slaves on the plantation thought that was the way they were supposed to live. I give no hosannas to a racist, nor do I appreciate or respect his son. If his name were anything other than Daley, his campaign would be a joke. He has nothing to offer anybody but a bent-up tin-can smile, no background, and he runs on the legacy of his name, an insult to common sense and decency. Everything I've ever got in the world, I worked for it. Nobody gave me anything. And although I may sound abrasive, I have no malice toward anybody. I have a job to do. I've got places to go and things to do, and I approach this job just like any masterful surgeon when you have to cut out a cancer. I cut it out with no emotion. Get it out, get it out. This dominant culture may have messed up my pocket, but they haven't messed up my head one bit. So I approach this awesome job with pride. Pride in my community. Pride in the ability of my community to rouse up as though they had been a sleeping giant and to recognize that there is a responsibility that they have that they cannot shirk. Nobody else is going to shoulder that burden. I believe in the powers of redemption, and I simply cannot believe in the God I worship that he would permit us to sit on this earth for 400 years, or rather in this country for 400 years, and suffer the indignities which we have suffered, piled time after time, high after high, and so heavy it has almost broken the backs of one of the most powerful people in this world. I can't believe there is no redemption. But that redemption is not going to come out in hatred. It's going to come out in positive attitude toward our fellow man. I represent and you represent the fruit of the loom, the best this world has to offer. We've been through the crucible. We've been through the crucible. And we have come out with strong and powerful tensile strength. We are a high and good and moral people. We have no explanations to give to anybody. We don't have to explain our existence. We don't have to explain the thing that we want to, a part of the political power of this country, not to suppress anybody, but to add our good. We've come into the 1980s with an understanding that we have not just a right, but a responsibility to give the best that we have to a society. We want to give it, and we're going to give it if we have to beat them across the head and knock them down and make them take it. We're going to give it to them.
By chance, Harold doesn't win, runs a close second. Some will say your vote was wasted. No. I would rather vote for something I want and not get it than vote for something I don't want and get it. And that's been the case of Chicago all these years. But I think the intelligence of Chicagoans will result in quite conceivably can be a victory for Harold. And to my white fellow Chicagoans, I say this transcends race. It involves vision. It involves self-respect for yourself and for your intelligence, which I shall exercise on that day when I vote for Harold Washington.
I don't support the rights of people because I'm a politician. I support the rights of people because it's deep within me, a natural part of my own development. I am the outgrowth not of just father and mother. I am the results of 400 some odd years of struggle, serfdom, man's inhumanity to man, a struggling group of people who are trying to not just abide, have made up their minds that they're not just going to survive, but will prevail in a coalitional basis with all other people. So it follows as night does day. That when people cry for help, whether they're Chinese coolies, or South African Bantus, or serfs in Russia, or South African held in bondage, or gay and lesbians pushed around, that I'll be there and defending them and supporting them. That's just no big deal.
That's what the fight is all about. And that's what we're all about. We don't want anything we don't earn. We're not taking anybody from anything. We just want a fair share for all the people in this city. Now, I happen to be talking to a black audience, but you understand that I've got to be fair to everybody. And I will be fair to everybody, but I'm going to insist that for the first time, the city is fair to you. Are you with me? I got a witness. I better quit while I'm ahead. Certainly, goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I shall dwell on the 5th floor of City Hall. Thank you.
In the past, you have done so much to make this community a tight-knit, wonderful, productive community. You've done so much that I'm going to get family. You've done so much, I'm going to give you all I've got, everything I've got. I wouldn't give it to anybody else. I saved it for you because I want you to have it. Every one of you. You know what it is? I'm going to be your mayor for the next 20 years.